Guru Nation, this is a paradigm shift. You're the one of one. Now, you're not the founder, but you're chief growth officer.
Yes.
Are you like an early employee, or how did you
I
become
I was so I kind of came to know the founder. I have my
Gaurav,
career.
by the way, right?
Yeah,
Gaurav.
yeah. Thank you. My background has been in clinical research for 25, 26 years, mostly in CROs, and I in one of my last.
CRA? Were you a CRA?
I was a CRA 25 years back. Yes. So I spent about 15 years
Oh.
at IQVIA, about 7 years at PPD and then most recently at another CRO. But so in the process and last 10 years, I've been very focused on the sites and patient journey. So that's where within that, I kind of came to know the
Well,
founder.
hold on, but how do you go from CRA to interested in this kind of out of the box stuff?
Because in the last 10 years, I've been kind of very focused on what can improve clinical trials.
But that's
paradigms, which
intrinsic,
includes-
right? It
sorry?
was intrinsic to
It
you,
was very
not
intrinsic. It was
not
very-
like a opportunity presented. Like it
No,
was.
no, no. So since I kind of took a small break in my career and went to business school, and when I came back, which was about 2009, everything I did since then was all around how do you transform, because there is so much
see.
inherent inefficiency in
So
clinical
you
trials.
love the idea of
I love yes.
tweaking, revolutionizing. Because when you told me I'm glad you came up to me because I was actually looking for somebody because we had a little bit of time left to do a pod before I go on the stage. And the more you talk, I'm like, no, this is actually perfectly guessed for what we want because there's so many tech vendor. It's hard to like differentiate.
Right.
And I think that's what you were trying to show me is like we're actually we're like there is no company like Tilda.
Exactly. So we are a workflow automation platform, and the value we bring to any site or CRO, and we have all of those as our customer site CROs and sponsors. The value we bring is we basically provide them outcomes. We're not selling them a tech solution where
Yeah.
they would buy a SaaS software.
You're buying
platform.
outcome. Just
I'm-
put the mic.
I'm creating I'm helping sites solve their problems or a sponsor solve their problems by basically tying up to value in the end, right?
Yeah.
So AI teammates, what we have, so for example, a study coordinator or a regulatory associate at a site level or a financial manager, we have an AI persona for that, which actually does the work for the site.
But not see the patient though.
Not see the patient, yes. So that actually leaves a lot more time for investigators and study coordinators to spend. So most of the
So you
sites,
mean like data entry, regulatory filing, ISF filing, IRB approvals,
exactly, workflow management,
all
reduce-
the. This is interesting.
all of those.
My
all-
staff don't want me to hear this, right?
I think they would
Complete that
They
sentence.
would. Your staff would definitely want to hear that, because I don't think so that anybody either becomes a study coordinator or an investigator because they want to do a mountain of paperwork and get shouted
Right,
every
right.
4 weeks by a 23-year-old.
So the idea is you let them be more time with the patient, put
Exactly.
more patient.
I mean, that's
Gotcha.
from a clinical research. I mean, that's what they would want: more engagement. I mean, most of our sites, their quality metrics have gone up by an order of magnitude. Their efficiency has gone up. Their OPEX has dropped from a cliff.
Do you get
But
pushback from the SOP, the sponsor?
No, I mean I mean, at a
CRAs are okay with this?
CRAs are okay because it makes their life so much easier. I mean, think about. I mean, one of the most recent examples, we had a site which we started on our platform about 3 months back, just 3 months. They added about 1.5 FTEs of work to the AI teammates. So how much of their work just in one study?
We
same
might
study.
need to talk. What's the ideal site to use this? Like, I'm thinking I might be too small for this.
No, any site can work. I mean, any site. So
We're in a particularly slow period at my site, so we have more staff than, like, they have plenty of time right now. But when we are busy, that's when I'm thinking this is good.
And that's also easier, right? So if you're hiring AI teammates, if your work increases, you can increase the
Oh, so
load of
it's
work.
like a
or you
meter?
can bring it down.
I
Exactly.
can change it?
You can change it.
And the
So
pricing changes and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no, like, guarantee you have to use this many.
No, none of that, right?
And the way you guys got started is, we got to do a longer, like, and more in-depth pod, but the tech company acquired a.
So we acquired, yes. So our founder, who has a very interesting background. So this is his almost fourth AI company, and like
What's his name?
his name is Ram Yalamanchali. So he's a machine learning scientist by training. He founded two tech companies. Both of them went public. He
He's
was
not here, right?
he's not here today. And
You
then
missed out, man. You missed out, Rob.
yeah, and then he founded a biotech company right before this,
Okay.
which he ran, and that was his first exposure to clinical trials, which is when he found the
Wow. Where does he
challenges.
live?
He lives in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we do a video with him if he wants to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, he's a super interesting background, and I mean, I think you would like this. So when he started so the sites we bought was just to learn, and he himself was the study coordinator at those sites. He used to go Monday to Friday,
Nice.
working on those sites to make sure that we really understand the pain points, what happened.
right.
Well, I mean, we kind of took some of the technology platforms that are there, right, Creo, and some of the others technology platforms. And that's how we made that. How do we take
And we
all
can
of
still
these,
use, like, if we use Creo, for example.
you can of course use. I mean, it is like, see, think about hiring an AI teammate is, you don't also have to be like the next site down the road, because you have it's like hiring
So if I use Creo, Patient Ace,
whatever
you
you want
guys-
to use, you can use. We just need to train on that. See, today we have an AI native system which has all of these things and more, and it is trained, fully trained. So it was kind of like out of the
I
box
see.
working on it. As you give me your SOPs, and then they are ready for you to work.
do
on
the
next
AI
study.
persona get a sick days?
They don't. That's a good thing. They don't even get a weekend.
Wow. You can work these AIs to death.
They wake up in the morning, and when you switch on your computer at 8 a.m. when you get to office,
is amazing.
they have worked with each other.
Do you think this is the future
This is the future.
of research?
Yes. I mean, we are the only company which is end-to-end integrated. Like, there are different vertical companies in different verticals you will see over the different industry areas, but we are the only. We have spent the last 4 years building that infrastructure, which basically can bring this, this to life now.
Is the price reasonable?
Very. I
Like
mean,
what,
it is.
give me
I
a
mean,
ballpark. Like what?
price is.
This can change. It's 2025 right now.
Yeah,
but
yeah, no. So there is no. So the pricing is super simple in our case, right? Pricing is, if you would allocate, like anybody doing a clinical trial, you allocate resources to it, right? Whatever you allocate resources to it, it will be at a fraction of that. Fraction, like a small fraction of that. So it is. So we can easily work out. I mean, we
Like
can.
a coordinator in Yuma, for example, would be 4,000 a month.
Yeah, so it would be a small fraction of that.
Like 400?
Not that low yet, because one of the other things, the reason why that is the case is, we also see today where AI is, there is always going to be a human in the loop. So what we cannot afford. So like as you,
Because I'll
as
still
you
need
were
my
seeing in-
coordinator.
yeah. So what we would make sure is that AI cannot hallucinate. So it is not like Chat GPT. This is not a data and knowledge chatbot. This is taking your workflow and automating it. So there is some, like, I don't know if you've been to San Francisco, or you live in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Waymo. So if you sit in Waymo, there's somebody who's
Right.
managing the
Remote
entire
control.
Remote control.
Yeah.
So we also have that. So there is a human component to that.
I see.
That is going to go less and less. And
So what if it's not? Let's say I'm spending 4,000 a month. What is it, like 1,000?
less than half. Yes.
Less than half
Yeah.
per study.
No.
No.
You can use it for multiple studies.
I see.
You can put as many.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. That's what you.
So
can
there's
do-
no limit to.
There's no limit. No. There is no limit.
Well, I can do 100 studies at 4,000 a month.
100 may be too much, because there is a human back channel.
So
right?
there's a meter at some
right
point.
Now, yeah.
Okay.
So there is so you can't put it on 100 studies today, but that ability to take more studies with that, because this is human intervention is going to increasingly by the month, by the week is going to get less. Right? Because the technology is increasing to that level of sophistication. It would not go away, not in the foreseeable
Yeah.
future. Like, you cannot just have like just absolutely nobody
Right,
there.
right.
You still have somebody kind
Of
of
course.
back ending that.
Of
that
course.
piece, so.
And the coordinator is still going to be super important. It's just the mundane stuff they hate,
Yeah.
that they always complain about,
Yeah.
is gone.
I think everybody complains about it. I mean, nobody really signs up. They want to do all of that onerous
Nobody
paperwork.
signs up for a coordinator to enter data.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's still some art to it. The best way to learn how to be a coordinator, file some regulatory binder, enter data, But I guess this is still compatible because
But
you don't have to put on every study. You can put it.
Yeah, you can, but I don't think so. See, there are so think about the cognitive load. So how many one of the number one areas which generate 483 that sites are, and that happened by accident is
consents, right?
Consent. Yeah,
Yeah.
just choosing the wrong version of the consent. That can never happen
Yeah,
now. It
yeah.
can never happen because it will only put in. You can never.
Because it has access to the IRB portal.
Exactly. It is basically taking.
Does it have its own login or it gives you yours login?
So it will have its own login, right?
That's cool.
So that is the other way where anything it can be.
I think they're gonna get mad at me, man. This is like an hour-long podcast. It's time, no? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I have 50 more minutes of questions, but
No, we can circle back.
for 5, so no one does this, but pretty soon a lot will.
It will take a long time for them to, because you have to spend the 3 years.
Why did they acquire the sites then?
So acquiring the
proof of
sites was
concept?
basically, yeah, making sure that we have done enough studies and
And
we
you
have
still
enough
have the
experience.
site.
We are offloading those sites. So we
Okay.
are changing the ownership. We are kind of removing
I
our
see.
ownership. They will still work
But
on
you
our
did it
platform.
as proof of concept,
Proof of concept.
to show like Lily or I don't know who
Yeah,
sponsored.
all of
you
all
work
of
with
those.
all of them?
Yes, all of them.
I mean, it's interesting
Yeah,
for sure. And I think it required a one-on-one
yeah,
because on the panel, I know you had a
Yeah.
group member. Batman Returns. You had a group member from Tilda,
yes,
but it was so left field.
yeah,
You're not thinking
Yeah,
we're
I think-
arguing in a box,
yeah,
and she's like in this place, and answering the questions.
yeah.
So it required you to stop me and explain it. I appreciate that.
Thank you. No, thanks for
Thank you for coming too. We need to get you guys as a sponsor one of these years. You guys,
Yeah, no.
sites would be interested in this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they should. I mean, it is really. We are getting a lot of traction from a lot of sponsors. Yeah.
Did Judy put you in touch with?
Sorry?
Judy put you in touch with us, or
No,
somebody
no, I think
referred Tilda.
I ran into Brad one time, and then
Brad
he
loves
was
all
saying-
this
yeah.
tech stuff, and then he
So-
just walks by here and leaves like nothing.
Yeah, so we spoke, and then I got connected with you,
All right,
and then
cool,
I said, okay,
man.
no, I'll attend this conference. This
Well,
time.
Gaurav's LinkedIn will be underneath. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
We're connected, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
get connected. Yes.
All right, and then we'll do more. Let's do one with the founder and you.
Yeah, no,
like a
absolutely.
3-way
Let me
Zoom
do-
call and
Perfect. Awesome.
deep dive, like how
Yeah,
he started,
let's go
the
through-
biotech, the site.
Perfect.
If he's interested, I would love that.
No, absolutely. Let's do
Okay,
it.
thank you. Like, subscribe, comment, share, go follow. This is crazy stuff. SOS. Bye bye. Hey, if you guys like that kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Stay tuned for more videos.